Yes, we are back. And there it is, the view outside. It's a little cloudy. We had lots of sunshine earlier, but now the clouds have come over and it's a little bit dull outside. But there is no need to worry about that, because now we are all together here once again, live from the birthplace of the English language. Yes, it is another English Addict coming to you from, oh my goodness, I don't believe it. It's England. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy today? Are you? Do you have a smile on your face today? I hope you do. We are here again. Yes, it is Mr. Duncan. That's me, by the way, for those wondering who that strange person is. Who is that weird looking guy? Who is it? Well, I will tell you, my name is Duncan and I talk about the English language. I do it in a very different way. You may have noticed that there are lots of people on YouTube teaching English and talking about the English language. But can I just say, I like to do things a little differently here. So here on my YouTube channel, it's this really. So if you watch for the next 2 hours, you will know what my channel is all about. Stay tuned. You might be amazed. I hope so anyway. So I talk about the English language, and yes, we like to share our views. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. We like to talk about our opinions, our thoughts, our feelings. We also like to look at some new words as well that exist in the English language. Yes, after all, we are English addicts. You see, that's the reason why I call my show that up there, you see. English Addict, coming to you live from England. Did you see my live stream yesterday? I was in the garden yesterday. I decided to do something rather nice outside, and even Mr. Steve joined in for a few moments. If you've missed that, it is available on my YouTube channel. You can watch it, and there are captions on yesterday's live stream. And for those asking, there will be captions on this live stream later on. So after this has finished, then later there will be some captions, some subtitles on here as well. A lot of people asking about that, because we used to have captions live, but then YouTube made some changes and now we don't have live captions. I miss them very much. That is the introduction out of the way. Let's have a look at what else we have coming up today. Well, I suppose I should mention one thing. If you haven't already noticed, if you haven't already heard about it, there is a football match taking place today. We have the big match taking place between England and Italy, Euro 2020. There are some people who are calling this Euro 2021, but it isn't, of course. It is the football tournament that was supposed to take place last year. So we have Euro 2020 taking place today, a year later than it should have. And it is the final between England and Italy. I suppose the question must be, who do you think will win? Who will win in the match? There are a lot of people saying that Italy will win. They do have a very strong side, a very tough defence, and their midfielders are really good at the attack. And that's all I know about football. Those are all the terms that I know about the football. Nothing else. The only other words I know are goal, when you score, and kick-off, which is when you begin. So the kick-off is when a football match begins. And I believe it is starting at 8 o'clock tonight. So for some people, of course, it will be very late or even early in the morning when the match is taking place. But yes, it is happening. It is a pretty big match. For some reason, a lot of people are talking about this, and I think the reason is because, well, it's been a long time since England played in any type of cup final. The last time was 1966, but all the other times they were knocked out. Today, by the way, we are talking about winning and losing, words connected to those two things. I suppose when we think of winning, we often think of success. We think of being successful in a certain field or a certain thing. Maybe you are very good at something in particular. So we might think that that person is a winner. They are successful. However, I've always wondered this. Is there a secret to success? Is there a way in which you can become successful as a person? Can you succeed if you follow certain rules? Now, one thing I've noticed recently, especially here on YouTube, there are many people advertising their courses, training schemes, giving information to people who wish to be successful and, I suppose, also rich at the same time. So there are many people here on YouTube giving advice how to be successful. Now, from my own personal point of view, I don't think success is something that you can get by following certain rules. Maybe having a good idea, yes. I always think success often comes when you have a good idea, something that you want to share with other people, something that you think is a good idea, especially when we are talking about creating a business. So I think one of the hardest things to do before you become successful is coming up with an idea, which hopefully will allow you to be successful. So when we think of success, we often think of business, we think of people who are wealthy, we think of people who seem to always win. And there are people like that. There are people who always seem to be lucky. Whatever they do in their life, whatever happens to them, they always seem to come out on top. So I think sometimes in life there are winners who always succeed, and there are losers. There are people who, no matter how hard they try, they always seem to fail. I don't know why. I'm not sure which one I am. Anyway, we have the live chat. We have lots of things to talk about. We have Mr. Steve here as well today. Coming up in around about 12 minutes from now. Yes, Mr. Steve will be joining us here in the studio. We have made it all the way to the end of not only another week, but also the weekend. Yes, it's Sunday. Who will win the match? Who? I don't know. It's hard to guess, really. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. There are people already making guesses. Italy. I think Italy seem to be the favourite to win the match between, well, England and Italy. So we have Euro 2020 coming to an end. We also have Wimbledon as well. So the tennis is also coming to an end. And I think also there was another football final taking place as well today. Was it Argentina and Brazil? And if I am correct, I think Argentina were the winners. So there was another cup final, another football final taking place as well in South America, and Argentina, I believe, were the winners there. I'm sure you will correct me. I'm sure someone out there will say, Mr. Duncan, you are right, or maybe Mr. Duncan, you are wrong, you silly sausage. We have the live chat. Yes. Oh, hello to the live chat. Nice to see you all as well. Oh, I see. We have a slight change. Oh, very interesting. We have a change. A different person is first on today's live chat. There is no Vitas. I don't know where Vitas is, but we have Mosen. Congratulations, Mosen. Guess what? You are first on today's live chat. Very nice. That deserves a fancy pants. That's enough. We can't have too much excitement. We still have another hour and an hour and 40 minutes still to go. A very long way to go. So it would appear that... it would appear that a lot of people think that Italy will win. I'm not sure because I'm not an expert on football. You may have noticed earlier on in my live stream, I don't know much about football. All I know is that normally it is 90 minutes long, and sometimes at the end you will have a little bit of extra time as well. And if the two teams have not scored, if there is no clear winner, they normally have something called a penalty shootout. So they will normally try to score as many goals during a certain period of time. So at the end of the match, maybe today, that's what will happen. Perhaps we will have a penalty shootout. It's always very exciting when that happens. I sound like I'm interested. I really do sound like I'm interested. I can't say that I am, to be honest. I really don't think I'm very interested, to be honest with you. If I was completely honest, which I'm trying to be right now. Mr. Steve wants to watch the match. I don't know why, but he said, I'm going to sit down and watch the whole match. I might find something else to do, if I was honest with you. Oh, by the way, there are some new English lessons on my YouTube channel. Have you seen them yet? During the week, I am now uploading new definition videos. So I am choosing some interesting English words and I am making some short videos, some short lessons where I explain what those particular words mean. Yes, I don't know why Mr. Steve is so interested, but he is. He is. Hello to the live chat. Hello, Christina. Nice to see you here as well. We also have Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you as well. Hello also to Claudia. Claudia, I bet you are very happy today because Argentina beat Brazil yesterday. So apparently it was yesterday. Don't worry, I get a little confused sometimes because of the time difference. So don't worry about that. Hello also to Collins Elam. Hello, Collins. I don't recognise your name. Is it your first time? If it is, please let me know. Please say, Mr. Duncan, it is my first time. Christina Is Mr. Steve interested in the football? Well, apparently Steve has already said that he's going to watch the football later. He's already said that he's going to watch it. Hello, Willianne. Nice to see you back as well. Hello also to, we have Alessandra. Also Olga. Hello, Olga. Nice to see you back. It feels like a long time since I saw you here. Welcome back to you, Olga. It is so lovely to see you back here on my live stream. I promise I will not sing very much today. We also have the sentence game coming up today, all about winning and losing. So all of the words that are used, all of the sentences which I will be showing you in today's sentence game relate to winning and losing. So that coming up as well. We will be finding out what Mr. Steve has been doing, and we will be finding out which part of Mr. Steve's body is causing him problems this week. Because I don't know why, over the past few weeks, Steve has been going to the doctor quite a lot with various problems. So today we will find out what the latest drama is concerning Mr. Steve and his rather tired body. I think he's been doing too much, to be honest. Mr. Steve never keeps still. He always does things. He never stops moving, even yesterday. Yesterday, it was a beautiful day in the garden. I was outside doing my live stream. Outside in the garden yesterday. Did you see it? And Steve was busy working. So I think the problem with Steve is sometimes he doesn't stop. He works all the time. He's always doing something. Hello to Jean-Christopher Algulon. Hello to you watching in France. We do have a lot of people watching us in France. We do. Theo. Hello, Theo. Although I am not a football fan, I wish the best team will win. We will see what happens. Palmyra says, I think Italy deserves to win. One of my favourite players was a goalkeeper called Buffon. Oh, okay then. Well, a lot of people are saying that Italy will win. We will see what happens. I have no favourite. So even though England are playing, I don't really follow football very much. But Steve is interested, but I'm not, if I was completely honest with you. Mayuri says, I think Mr. Steve is exhausted due to all of his work yesterday. He was busy in the garden, I have to admit. He was a very busy bee yesterday. We are going to take a break before Mr. Steve arrives. I will make sure that he is feeling relaxed and calm before he joins us. And we will take a look at one of my full English lessons. This is Full English number 5, one of my very early full English lessons. And don't forget, there are many of the lessons, many live streams that have been recorded, and also many recorded lessons that I've been making here on YouTube over the past 15 years. Hi everybody, and welcome to Mr. Duncan's Full English number 5. I thought I would start off today's edition with a selfie. Just in case you're watching this in 2050 and you don't know what a selfie is, I'm not going to tell you. And you won't be able to ask me in person because I'm dead. Oh, There you are. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan's Full English number 5. My name is Mr. Duncan and I'm ever so pleased to meet you. We are all here again to take a peek into that wonderful world of English. So, let us all join hands and say the magic words. For goodness sake, Mr. Duncan, we haven't got all day. Get on with it. Can you see what sort of weather we're having here today? Well, there is poor visibility for a start. It isn't a clear day by any means. It is a foggy day here in England. We can use foggy as an idiom to describe the inability to remember something. We can say, I haven't the foggiest idea, which means you do not remember or you cannot recall a certain event or a piece of information. Today's fog has been caused by warm and cold air colliding with each other. This fog is made up of tiny particles of moisture. You often see fog forming in the early morning or evening, or as the temperature changes. The subject of weather is a fascinating one, and for the typical English person such as myself, it is a subject that is often discussed in general day-to-day conversation. The two words shown here may look similar, but they are in fact very different. The words perspective and prospective are often confused. That is to say, one is used instead of the other. First of all, the word perspective defines the way in which things are seen, how an object appears depending on its size, shape, and relative distance from other things around it. In drawing and painting, perspective is used to give the illusion of depth and distance. We can also use this word to express a person's view of the world as their point of view. A person's perspective of the world. The views and opinions held by us all come from our own perspective. Then there is the word prospective, which means something that is expected or is expecting to be done in the future. Something that is likely to happen at a later date is prospective. I have a prospective client coming to my office tomorrow. So now there is no need to get these words confused ever again. I have given you a clear perspective of what the differences are. I have done this for you now and for all the prospective online students who will join me in the future. Can you see what I have here? This is a saucepan full of boiling water. The hot water is producing steam. Steam is produced when water vaporizes. Normally water vapor cannot be seen, but it is possible to show it when extreme temperatures are used. For example, when hot vapor meets cool air. This is one of the ways in which clouds are formed. The process is called evaporation. The word steam can be used in other ways. For example, a person can let off steam. This expression means that a person will release their tension and pent-up energy by doing something. The action is normally a physical one, such as going for a run, having a dance, or in extreme cases, screaming out loud. It would be fair to say that we all need to let off steam at some point. It's time to take a look at another part of English grammar, continuing the theme of punctuation that we started in the last Full English. Today we will take a look at the dreaded apostrophe. This particular punctuation mark is a controversial one, as its use has been widely disputed over the years. Even now there seems to be some confusion over how it should be used. In general English, the apostrophe serves two purposes: to show the possessive quality of something, and to show that a word has been shortened or a sentence has been made shorter. In the possessive sense, the apostrophe shows that one thing belongs to another. For example, Duncan's pen, Jill's pencil, St. Paul's Cathedral. The apostrophe can come at the end of the possessive word. For example, the teacher's college is over there. A commonly confused use of the apostrophe comes with the word its. The apostrophe here shows the contraction of it is. It's my birthday today. When the apostrophe is not used, then the possessive tense is being expressed. A mouse has no fur on its tail. Another common mistake made with the apostrophe is to use it to show the plural of ordinary words. This is incorrect. Once again, the apostrophe is only used when you wish to show a possessive clause or the contraction of a word or sentence. And there it was, one of my many lessons. In fact, I think I am actually coming up to my 1000th video on my YouTube channel. Nearly 1,000 videos on my channel. Can you believe it? Well, I can't believe it anyway. Here we go then. Yes, we are back live from England. It is English Addict. And of course, you know what is on its way. We all know. It's a little buzzing bee, buzzing around. In fact, you might say that this here is a busy bee, but also this is a very busy bee.
Hello everyone again. I saw some of you yesterday.
Would you like some applause?
Well, go on then.
Okay. Not too much. Not too much. We don't want him becoming too egotistical.
I don't want to get a big head.
Hello, Mr. Steve.
Hello, Mr. Duncan.
Can you believe, you might not believe this, but Mr. Steve painted this picture a couple of weeks ago during a training session with his company. And so this actually is a good representation of Mr. Steve, because quite often Steve can be a very busy bee.
That is true.
It is.
Anyone watching yesterday?
He's always buzzing around.
Anyone that saw Mr. Duncan's impromptu live English lesson yesterday. What does impromptu mean, Mr. Duncan?
Something that was not expected.
Not expected. It's happened suddenly, without warning. An impromptu performance. Yes, will have seen that I was, of course, as usual, busy in the garden yesterday.
You are always doing something in the garden. I don't know why. Mr. Steve can never sit still for more than 5 minutes.
Well, the reason is we've got quite a big garden and I'm the only one that does it.
Well, you're the only one that wants to do it.
Yes, but it would be nice to have a little bit of help, Mr. Duncan, because I have actually injured myself.
Again. So,
Well,
you know what this means? This means that Mr. Steve, once more, will have to send a photograph of another part of his body to the doctor. I don't know what it is at the moment. I think, I have a feeling that the doctor at our local surgery, I think he's actually building a complete photograph of you, a life-size picture of Mr. Steve, because it's been everything. It's been his mouth, his throat, his ear, his brain, his stomach, his bottom, everything.
everything's been examined since the lockdown.
His leg.
It's a good time to catch up on things you want looking at by your doctor.
So, Steve, what is the latest part of your body which is starting to break?
Well, my shoulder, Mr. Duncan.
Oh,
My shoulder.
poor Mr.
I've
Steve.
injured it somewhere. It's
Ah.
been sore for the last 6 weeks. And it means that I can't... Oh, just, if anyone's a doctor, I think I've damaged a tendon. Because if it was a muscle, it would have repaired itself by now. And it's getting worse. I can't put my hand behind my back. Oh, that's painful. I can't do anything suddenly like that. So I think I've damaged a tendon somewhere, probably doing the fencing or the axing of the logs. But yes, here we go. Another injury. Mind you, as you get older, you do become more prone to injury. So you're more likely to get particularly tendons, and they take a long time to heal, like months.
Yes.
So any doctors watching, or a vet even,
A vet.
what is it that I've damaged somewhere here that makes it difficult to reach up, or that's painful, or reach back here, and I've had it for 6 weeks. Diagnosis, please, and cure.
Yes.
And maybe somebody from Brazil could come and give it a nice massage
Okay.
every day.
You know what you keep doing there is verging on sexual harassment. We have to be very careful nowadays.
Not at all. Not at all.
We have to be very careful nowadays. It's 2021. Everyone is on the verge of being upset, offended, outraged. We could all be cancelled at any moment. You could be cancelled, Steve. I could be cancelled. We could both be cancelled at the same time. It might happen one day.
It could do. I'm going to say hello. A lot of people are saying hello to me, just to me, of course. Hello, Angelo from Brazil. Somebody else from Brazil. And we've had lots of hellos as well. Nisa, Christina, Rosa, Tudzika. Lots of people saying hello to me. Mirella. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's lovely to have your greetings.
Yes, very nice.
But yes, diagnosis, please. Have we got any doctors watching? When I say doctors, I mean qualified doctors.
Well, what other kind of doctor is there?
Well, there are people that pretend they're doctors.
Well, yes.
You can get a qualification, a doctorate. So you can become I want a doctor of medicine, a proper medical practitioner who can diagnose just from where I go ooh and ah what it is, and then I can tell my GP, and he will be very impressed. GP stands for general practitioner,
Okay.
which is what we call a doctor
So
in this country.
what is wrong with Mr. Steve's arm? His shoulder, everything, it's all hurting. So the doctor, once again, is going to have to look at another picture of Mr. Steve's bumpy, spotty, wrinkly.
Not going to have to go there.
Is there any part of your body, Mr. Steve, that is not wrinkly?
Tender laser therapy, says Christina.
There are many ways
Right.
of curing aches and pains. I mean, one of them, I remember one of them, Steve. What you would do, you would rub your hands together very fast, like this. and then you place your hand on it.
The warmth, you mean the heat?
Yeah, it's sort of heat therapy. But I remember that. I remember there's a certain type of, I don't know where it comes from. I'm sure someone will tell me. But you rub your hands together, they get very hot, and then you just put your hands on the shoulder or on the place that's on the part of the body that's hurting.
Sounds like it's very temporary relief.
Yes, it is.
I did finish the fence, Beatrice. I think that's what's caused the problem. Christina's, laser surgery, we've had that one. Right, what other advice have we got here? A frozen shoulder. Well, yes, it could well be, yes. I don't think we've got many doctors on because I haven't really had a proper diagnosis yet.
No.
But yes, Zurshid is back, by the way.
Okay.
Zurshid said they haven't been able to come on for a while to watch us, but they are here today.
Welcome back.
And we've got somebody who I don't think we've seen before from Spain, all the way from sunny Spain. I don't think I'll pronounce this correctly, but it looks like Maite Sens Tour from Spain.
Oh, okay.
So if you are new, hello.
Hello, Spain. Nice
Hello,
to
Spain, which is quite close to Italy.
Okay.
I'm ready for tonight, Mr. Duncan.
Are you? Why? What's happening? Nothing's happening tonight. Nothing special.
I've got my beer.
Okay.
There's another one.
How many beers are you having?
And I've got some tasty, salty snacks. And I'm going to be sitting there watching the game, which is very unusual for me.
Yeah, because we don't follow football.
I haven't watched any of the matches so far. And I said to you earlier, Mr. Duncan, that if we watch, England will probably lose because we would jinx the team. We will be bad luck for the team if we're watching. Because we don't watch football. I think the fact that they've got this far is because we haven't been watching. Because we have such influence. So that's where the word influenza comes from, by the way. The disease influenza, influence. Just thought I'd mention that.
How does it come from that?
It just does.
Oh, okay. What?
When it was named, because I think it seemed to have something was having an effect on something else.
Yes.
So they called it influenza.
Couldn't you just call every disease, everything influenza? I suppose you could if you've tried hard enough.
William says, drink a lot, you will forget the pain. Yes, actually, I'm not. I suppose I should be patriotic and say that I want England to win, but I won't be desperately disappointed if they don't, because I'm not really engaged in the game that much.
Okay.
I just want to watch it for the spectacle. It's a big event. I want to be part of it. And then tomorrow, when everyone's talking about it at work, I can say, oh, didn't that player, whatever his name, didn't he kick that ball well on that? You know, I can come up with some key phrases.
Okay.
That makes me look good in front of my work colleagues.
Can I just say, all of the things you just said there do not make you sound good. They make it sound as if you know nothing about football.
I've got to think of a player. Do you know, I can't name one England player.
Not one. There's Sterling.
Sterling, yes, Sterling. That's a good name.
Well, I just said that. There's Harry.
Harry. That's quite embarrassing that I couldn't name one England player. Gareth Southgate.
Well, he's not playing.
He's the manager.
It's been a while since he's played any football on the pitch. You're showing your age now, definitely. You'll be saying Nobby Styles next. Nobby Styles.
We've got quite a few people watching from Italy today.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes,
interesting.
Well, one of my biggest audiences is Italian. Did you know that? Yes.
Maria is here. Grazia Boccalini. And I think Vittoria's from Italy. I think. I might be wrong. Please tell me. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
There's a pretty good chance you're wrong.
But yes, not that there's going to be any sort of negative talk of Italian footballers. I mean, I can't name any Italian footballers either.
They are one of the best football teams in the world. So,
Well, they must be, because they've got into the final. So they must be good.
That is a clue.
That's a clue. I think it's going to be a battle. I'm not going to be too disappointed if England don't win.
Of course, it's going to be. Of course, it's going to be a battle. It's a football match.
Well, I was speaking to a friend of mine in Malaysia
Okay.
this morning, whose name is Azhar.
Okay.
Azhar
Okay.
from Malaysia, who we've known for many, many years.
Okay.
Over 20 years.
Is there a point?
Well, he's a big football fan, and he's going to be watching it 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m. That's his time in Malaysia.
2 a.m.
Because it's 8 p.m. UK time, but it's going to be, he said 2 p.m. I thought it was 3. I thought it was 7 hours ahead of us in Malaysia. But anyway,
Well, it depends what time of year it is.
I thought it was 7 or 8, depending on the time of the year. But he said it. I think it starts at 2 a.m. the actual program, but the match won't start till 3 a.m. Malaysia time.
Well,
And so he's going to go to sleep this afternoon
Yeah.
and then wake up at 2 a.m.
sorry.
to watch the football match and then go back to sleep again in the morning.
What the hell does this have to do with anything?
It's all about football, football, football.
It's about someone in Malaysia having a
know.
nap.
Well, no, it's the interesting point is that people are going to be watching this match and they're in different time zones.
Yeah, I think you are.
I'm always in a different time
I think
zone.
you're in another universe.
That's it. So in India, there we go, says Nisar. See, there we go. Nisar says in India, it's 12:30 a.m.
Yes.
It starts.
It's very late. Depending on where you are in the world, it might be early in the morning for some people. It might be very late at night for others.
So how about if you're on the other side of the world, South America, for example, Brazil, Argentina? It's going to be earlier for them, isn't it?
Yes, that's literally what I just said.
So maybe what, 5 a.m., 5 p.m. Sorry, what time? What time are you watching it if you're in South America?
There's lots of words coming out of Steve's mouth, but it doesn't really mean anything. So now you want to find out how early it is in Argentina. By the way, Argentina just won a football match.
I saw that.
Yes. What, the match?
Pedro says in Manaus it will take place at 4 p.m. 1600 hours.
Okay.
So right, so that's a nice time to watch it.
Is that just after Reveille?
So we feel sorry for people who's in the time zone who are east of us because they're going to have to stay up late, very late into the early hours of the morning.
I suppose I should say or ask, who do you think will win?
I've no idea because I don't know. You see, both teams must be very good to get to the final, so I think it'll be a close match. I just think it will be a close match.
Okay.
I mean, let's hope it doesn't go to penalties. We don't want that. That's too boring.
That's always...
Does the final go to penalties?
Yes, of course.
Or can it just go on and on?
No, it doesn't just go on and on. What you mean forever? What you mean if there's no score for a couple of days, they're still playing the football match on the field, but some of the players have fallen asleep because they're very tired. Is that what you mean? No, they have a penalty shootout to decide who goes... Well,
in the final?
Yes,
even sometimes in the finals they don't do that, right. Okay, so in Russia it's nearly 7 p.m. now. So yes, it's going to be late in the evening when the match starts in Russia. Saturino, are you going to use alcohol to take away the pain of defeat? No, because I won't be that upset if England loses because, as I said,
what? I
don't really follow football. It would be nice. I would be pleased, but it'll be bit of excitement. My work, by the way, in England tomorrow.
Okay, you just slow down a bit, Steve. Yeah, I'm being overpowered by everything you're telling me, and most of it so far has been pretty pointless.
Really?
Tell us something that has a point.
Well, yes, I think this is interesting. So in England tomorrow, a lot of businesses have accepted that nobody will be at work early tomorrow because they'll be either celebrating or in the depths of depression. And either way, they will probably also be hungover through alcohol abuse. So, for example, our company has said we don't have to go to work until 10:30 a.m. to allow people to recover one way or the other. So I think that's quite generous. But in a way, they have to because people would just go off sick. I think there'll be a lot of people going off sick tomorrow in the UK. But anyway, that's my monologue.
I don't know about you.
Is it time for the sentence game yet?
It's always time to say it's always time to say goodbye.
Right, I'll go make the tea cakes. Bye. Oh no.
Okay, Steve, calm down a bit. Goodness me, I do worry about Steve sometimes. He's either doing nothing and he's crying into his hands, or he's like this. I try to be somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle of both of those things. I don't know about Steve having a drink of beer. I might have one now, just to get through this.
Adi says, please read my last comment. Addy or Adi. Maybe common shoulder impingement. Your doctor will probably recommend ice compressions. Ah, right, ice. You never know, if you've got an injury, you never know whether to put something hot on it or something cold on it. So something cold. Right, so Mr. Duncan. Ice packs, there we go. Your turn.
Oh my God. What's wrong with you today, Steve? There's a fly, by the way. You've been attracting the flies again.
Yes.
When Mr. Steve walks around, there's normally a cloud of flies just behind him, trying to get into his skull to lay some eggs.
I think I'm a decomposing corpse.
The doctor might be saying the same thing, by the way, after he examines you.
Well, Mr. Duncan, the subject for today is...
Well, it's winning or losing.
Winning or losing.
But also success. Now, earlier I asked a very interesting question. Is there a secret to becoming successful? Is there something that you can follow in your life that will lead you to be successful in whatever you do? Now, personally, from my own point of view, I don't think there is. I don't think there is a thing or a course that you follow, a way of going through your life where everything will always be successful. So I think sometimes success can come along randomly. You might try something just to see if it works. You don't think it's going to be successful. So the thing you try is successful. And you go, oh, look, oh, I'm successful. I have a success. Oh, good. But perhaps it's easy to forget about all of the failures that you've had. So a person who is successful often appears to be only ever successful. But I think sometimes it is a bit of an image. So some people do like to look successful. You will see many YouTube videos with people who are flexing. Have you heard of that?
Is it their muscles? Is that what you mean, Mr.
What
Duncan?
they are actually doing is showing off their wealth, or they are giving the appearance of being wealthy. So there are many people now on YouTube who are giving advice and teaching people how to become millionaires. And the way they do it is to get other people to buy their courses. And some of these courses are very expensive. And they say, we guarantee you will become successful. All you have to do is join my seminar, join my course. It will only cost you £1,000 or $1,000. But you will become rich and successful. But I don't think it's true. First of all, many of these people are actually fake. So they're pretending to have lots of money. Perhaps they will hire a sports car and they will pretend that that car belongs to them. Or maybe they will stand in front of a big mansion and they will pretend that that is their house. Or they will be at an airport standing in front of a private jet, and they will go, look at me, look, I'm so rich and famous with my big jumbo jet, but it isn't theirs. And what they try to do, they flex their wealth. They are showing it, you see, to make you believe that you can be the same. But I don't think there is. I don't think there is a definite method to becoming successful. I really don't think it exists.
By the way, yes, Adi. Emphasis on the D, or just Adi. I think I pronounced that correctly.
Ad-E.
Emphasis on the A and the D. It looks like Adi. Adi. And anyway, something like that. Oh, right. Yes. So I've just dropped at the top of my pen, Mr. Duncan.
Okay.
Yes, I think I don't think there are any secrets. People say secrets to success. It's like secrets to losing weight. There aren't secrets. Everybody knows what they are.
Yes.
Everybody knows what how to lose weight. There aren't any secrets. And I don't think there are any secrets to being successful. I think you just have to be yourself. Somebody else said that. You have to know what you're good at, and then you just keep doing it. And you have to take risks.
Yes.
All the big business people that become successful are quite often big risk takers.
Yes, I think that's actually a very good point. So sometimes the road to success can just be having the courage to not only succeed but also to fail as well. So you will find this. I'm sure when Steve Jobs was trying to create his first computer, when he was in his bedroom or his garage trying to build his first computer, I bet the first 2 or 3 that he built, they just blew up.
That's it. Well, that's what they do say about people that become successful, that they try lots and they fail lots of times.
Yeah.
But every time they fail, you learn something. And as long as you don't give up and you keep, if you believe in yourself, and I think there are certain traits that are inborn in you that you're more likely to be successful if you've got certain personality types. If you've got to be somebody who's driven.
Yes.
You've got to want to succeed in the first place. If you're not that bothered, you probably won't ever try anything, take any risks, because you might not be bothered. So I think some people become successful because they've got a natural talent, they use it, but it isn't just, they don't just become successful.
Yes.
They fail a lot of the time on the way. You just don't hear about the failures. You only hear the one time out of 100 that it worked, and then it was a big success, and off they went.
So for every person that becomes successful and good at what they do, there are probably hundreds of thousands who have actually failed or just simply given up. So I think these days we are living in a very strange period where we are coming out of a pandemic that has affected so many people around the world. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, it all comes to an end here in England. The masks will come off and everyone will start hugging and kissing and getting naked in the streets. I think so. But yes,
disgusting.
But back to what I was saying, I don't think there is a definite way or a road to success. I think it is always about just trying to do things, moving forward, accepting your failures, and always trying to think of new ideas as well. One of the problems sometimes with failure or how you become a failure is not trying new things as well, adapting. But yes, we are coming out of a pandemic around the world. Many countries are slowly coming out. And I think there are people who are, I want to use the word desperate. I don't mean that in a horrible way, but there are desperate people who want to make money. And I think there are also people out there in YouTube land who are waiting to exploit those who are short of money or don't have much money. So I always feel very concerned by that. It does make me a little bit angry when you see people on YouTube trying to trick people into believing that becoming successful is easy. It isn't. It is not. 15 years I've been doing this on YouTube, and I'm still a very long way from being successful on YouTube. Can I just say, if this is me on YouTube, Steve, this is the needle on YouTube. Watch very carefully. See if you can see what's happening.
Not a lot.
Nothing. So I don't even register. I don't even make the YouTube analytics.
That's
move.
very negative, Mr. Duncan. Negative.
No, it's not. That's
Can't
not,
afford to be negative if you want to be successful.
No, truth is not negative. Truth is truth. So I'm just saying what it is.
There's a good phrase, you make your own luck.
Yes.
I mean, we're not talking about, from experience here. You make your own luck. In other words, the more times you try something and keep trying, eventually it will go right. So you make your own luck because you don't give up. You keep going. But I mean, we're not. A lot of people do write books on success and how to become rich and successful. And of course, they're becoming rich and successful because they've written a book about it.
Yes.
And millions of people buy it.
So telling other people. Yes, well, this is what I just said. This is how people are becoming wealthy on YouTube or having some sort of income because they are telling other people that they have the secret. So they're becoming rich based on the actual selling of the dream of becoming successable. It's very ironic when you think about it.
It's fine. Yes, I mean you've got to want to be. If you've got to want to be successful.
Well, yes, that's what.
And I think a lot of these books, they're all basically the same. They've all got the same principles in them because there aren't any secrets.
Yeah.
There are lots of known ways to become successful. It's just you can buy a book, but do you just buy the book and then you feel good for a couple of weeks? And then you put the book down and gradually you forget about all those little nuggets of truth in there.
Yes.
I think that's the key thing is that you just stop taking that advice and go back. If you want to change something in your life, it's a good phrase. If you don't change anything, you'll just end up getting what you've already got. If you want something to change in your life, you've got to make some changes. If you don't, everything will stay the same because if it's been like that for years, then you can't expect it to change unless you do something different. So it's a big discipline. It's very difficult, I think, very difficult. But I think you've got to have that passion. Some people are really driven to be successful in business because they want more money than their neighbours or they want to beat family members and get richer than them. They've got like a very big ego, some people, that they really want that money and that power and that success. Where that comes from, I don't know. I think you've got to have that.
But my point is, even if you follow all of those rules, even if you do it, it still doesn't mean you're going to be successful. That's the thing. So my point... Well, no. There are many people who've ploughed all of their life savings into a business and they've lived and slept and dreamt about this thing and it still fails. So even if you follow those rules, you are still going to be a very small slice of all of those people. If success was so easy, we would all be successful. We would all be multi-millionaires, but we're not because it's very difficult to become top of the hill. It really is.
You're painting a very depressing picture, Mr. Duncan.
It's realistic. There is a difference between depressive and realistic. There are a very big difference.
I think if you just know what your talents are and make the most of them, you will be successful, whatever that is. If you're good at whatever that is, you can become the best at that. It might be that you're just good at gardening and you could become a successful gardener.
Yes.
Maybe that's your passion. Richard Branson, that Palmyra, makes an interesting point. obviously Richard Branson, the businessman, is very successful. Well, I read this. There's a race between him and is it Jeff Bezos?
Well, you're telling me, Steve.
There's a race to be the first company to have a service whereby you can sort of go into space on an aeroplane.
An aeroplane.
Well, it won't go right. Richard Branson's trying to do it. I think Elon Musk is doing it.
If you look out your window, ladies and gentlemen, you will see Neptune and Saturn.
No, you know what I mean. They're trying to launch aircraft that can go right into space and then back again.
The upper atmosphere or the upper stratosphere.
I think some of them can go right into orbit, but I think they're trying to launch this service, aren't they? And you're going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a ride in these semi-spacecraft that can go right into the Earth's atmosphere and back again. And Richard Branson's actually going to... What?
No, I think Richard Branson's failed, didn't it?
No, well, it did fail, but it's now, you see, that's it. He's persisted and kept going.
Yes, it cost somebody their life.
Well,
his best friend died.
Yeah, well, he's going to... They think it's ready now, and he was supposed to today... He was supposed to go off in this craft of his today in a big sort of advertising splurge to show the world that he's now got this aircraft that can go, into space and back.
Yes, he
was supposed to do it today, but the weather was bad, so it was called off.
Or was it cloudy in space?
But I think that's a big risk, because if you... Talk about put your money where your mouth is, to take a risk like that, to go up in what is something at the edge of science, the edge of ability, and he's going to go in it for the first flight.
Okay.
I mean, if that fails,
well, if
look pretty bad.
If the past record is anything to go by, I mean, his one of his first attempts, it crashed miserably with someone inside.
Well, that's it. Of course, you've got to fail to succeed. That's a classic example.
Oh yeah, okay.
If you want to push the boundaries of science,
I'm sure that's a great encouragement to the family and friends of that poor guy.
But that's what it's like if you're going to do space flight or go into the reaches of the atmosphere, with technology that's on the edge of what's capable, then obviously things are going to go wrong spectacularly. You can't expect to get that right first time.
Well, how hard can it be? It's not rocket science. Oh, actually, wait a minute. It is rocket science.
It is right. Have you got? Are you going to talk about words associated with winning and losing, Mr. Duncan?
Yes. That made me laugh. That did. It isn't very often that I laugh. Well, not with him around. So Richard Branson is launching his big rocket into space.
I don't know what it's called.
And there's Jeff Bezos as well. He wants to go into space. And there's Elon Musk.
These are all people with the very rich people with the biggest, most successful companies in the world.
Yes, we know.
They've all got these. They want these projects to because Richard Branson, of course, is known for.
Oh, okay, Steve, we've got to reel this one in a bit. I know you love talking about one
space tourist. There we go.
I know you like talking about one particular subject for 3 hours, but unfortunately, the rest of the world doesn't
like
want
a scraping noise.
Sorry?
No, it's all right. It's gone. I thought it was a sheep.
This is great. 5 years we've been doing our live streams, and still Steve doesn't seem to understand what this is all about. Okay.
I don't have to.
God. Jeff Bezos, what they should do, they should all get together and build one spacecraft between them. So they should all get together and build one. And then it will be the best, it'll be the bestest, it'll be the superest, it will be the most amazing spaceship ever. It will be like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars.
They won't do that because they all want to be the first to become successful. They want their name in lights.
Yeah. Or the first one to go up in a ball of flames.
Yes.
Which is more likely, by the way.
Let's move on, Mr. Duncan.
Yes, I have been trying to do that. Oh my goodness.
Tell you who I haven't seen today.
Oh, who?
Tomek.
No, I haven't seen.
You didn't do Flags of the World at 3 o'clock.
I didn't know because you were just giving it all this. I couldn't.
Yes, I can hear something.
Yes, it's you. It's your feet. It's just that.
Oh, it's me moving around. All right.
It's the box that you're standing on to make,
Lisa says,
to make
Flags
yourself.
of the World, question mark.
Yes, no flags of the world. We had Steve of the world. We had Steve talking for a very long time about things that went nowhere. It's like I'm having a conversation with a tree.
Yes, Lewis, you're correct there. Richard Branson made a lot of profit with British Airways at the taxpayers' expense.
Oh, yes. Let's start talking about that, shall we? Oh.
We've got no Tomek or VTAS today.
No, I think maybe they're doing other things.
They're preparing to watch the match.
Wow. Well, it takes 5 hours to prepare to see a football match on the television. What are you doing? Are you building the TV set? Are you learning how to construct electrical equipment? Are you on the roof trying to put a satellite dish up? Are you going down to the shops to buy some a long extension cord to plug into the electricity so you can steal your neighbour's TV signal? What are you doing? Why does it take so long to prepare to watch a football match on television?
It's very hot in your studio today, Mr. Duncan.
It's hot in here. I'm sweating in places.
I feel like I'm in Malaysia.
I'm sweating in places that I thought I would never, ever sweat in.
Your nipples? If you sweat from your nipples, you know you're hot.
You know, when your nipples are sweating, when they fall off, you know it's very hot. it's when they fly off and then steam comes out. What? Next.
It's your show.
Yes, we are talking about winning and losing. Win or lose, Steve. Which one do you do normally?
Bit of both.
I think it's mostly this. Sometimes this, but quite often this, and sometimes a little bit of both.
Christina asks, will you be watching the match and drinking beer with me later?
I will probably be doing something else. I might go into the garden and watch the sheep.
It's a bit boring, Mr. Duncan.
No, those sheep can be pretty exciting.
The match of the century, and you're outside watching sheep.
Yes, well, some of them are very sexy. Here's another a little bit we're going to talk about. To win. If you win, you claim victory. So if you win something, or maybe you win a competition, maybe you win a match, maybe you win a football match, like tonight, you see, you will win. Of course, we have Wimbledon as well today, the final of that.
Of course.
As well. So who's playing?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
I
have no idea.
No, I can't think of who's playing at all. That just shows. I do know one of them. I want to say Dvorak, but that's a. I don't. What's the men's? No, it was the women's yesterday, wasn't it?
We've got.
Is it the women's final
Steve,
today or the men's final?
Steve, you got to just. We just lost the internet then.
Did we? Is it back?
The internet just went off completely. I knew something was wrong. I'm just hoping that most of today's live stream has just gone. But yes, it's back now. But we did lose the internet for a few minutes there.
Okay.
Sorry about that, for a few seconds. We're back now, I think.
Who is playing in the Wimbledon final today?
You didn't miss anything, by the way. It was just Steve trying to think of who was playing at Wimbledon. It wasn't going to be a big conversation, this. I just wanted to say, it's Wimbledon today, and then move on.
Was it the women's final yesterday? And is it the men's final? It must be playing now. I bet that's what Tomek is watching. He's watching Wimbledon. Mind you, he could have watched us at the same time.
Yes, it's
because we know he can multitask.
Yes.
Oh, yes, people are saying the internet went.
Yes, it did. Well, I just said that. I can confirm it because I said it. Because clearly the internet had just gone off. Ooh, this is very hard work today, I have to be honest.
Right, you do the rest of the show. I'll just stand here and look pretty.
I'm not sure about that. Will your mother be watching? Oh, no, she won't because Federer has been knocked out.
That's it. Federer is, yeah.
Federer's gone.
Yes.
He's not in it. But it's Milosevic or something like that, isn't it? Steve. I'm really hoping the internet goes off again.
Sorry, folks.
Can the internet go off and then erase this live stream?
Move over.
Are you okay? You are acting very strange today, by the way.
Thank you, Moria. Thank you. Maori. Thank you. Lots of people saying bless you. Beatrice, Vittoria, thank you.
I'm not saying it.
You never do. I like a bless you. But no, who's playing in Wimbledon today? Obviously, I want to know who it is. I can't think of his name. Can you remember?
It's Djokovic.
Djokovic, that's it.
Yeah.
Djokovic. Yeah.
You know, we come across sometimes as complete morons.
We just don't really know much about sport.
Well, I don't follow tennis and I don't follow football, so I'm not going to try and talk about it. So we probably shouldn't talk about it.
Tiddlywinks.
However,
Tiddlywinks.
However, Steve's mum really does like Roger Federer, apparently. Apparently Steve's mother watches Wimbledon all the time, especially when Roger Federer is playing. Apparently, Steve thinks that you think your mum has a little soft spot for Roger Federer. Mm-hmm.
She fancies him.
She fancies him.
Yes.
And she's been following him for many, many years.
Yes. So even at 90, you can still see the attractiveness in somebody.
Yes. until your eyesight goes.
Yes.
And then everyone looks attractive.
Beatrice says, I love Roger Federer too.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, he's got a certain fan base. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we, Mr. Duncan? I think when people are watching tennis matches, they're not really watching it because of the tennis. They're watching it because they fancy the players. I would say that if you are watching a tennis match, I would say 90% of it is you just like watching that player running around the tennis court.
Are people so shallow?
I think so.
You think people are so shallow they watch sport because they just find the players sexy? Is that?
I think that's why people watch.
So why do so many men like watching football? Are they all just looking at the men thinking, oh, look at those legs?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But
it kind of sort of just undoes the point that you just made.
Well, I think football's a bit different because it's about the team, isn't it?
Did you see the football last night? Look at those sexy legs. That's Sterling. He's got some sexy legs there.
I think a lot of men might watch women's tennis.
Oh.
Because with tennis, the focus is on the individuals, isn't it? Whereas with football, the focus is on the team. You can't really see the individuals. It's all sort of going on. You can't see them. Whereas with tennis, all the focus is on that person. So if they've got personality or physical attractiveness, like for example,
you've clearly never been a goalkeeper.
Berrettini, says Christina. Berrettini, a young, talented, handsome Italian tennis player. Well, I saw somebody playing with blonde hair from Canada. He got knocked out the other day. In fact, he got knocked out by Djokovic, I think. And he was a bit of a looker. I can tell you. I just switched flicking through the channels.
You didn't go to the fairground afterwards, did you?
I don't know what you mean, Mr. Duncan.
You know what I mean.
There was a certain blonde Canadian tennis player who was tasty. Let's say tasty, attractive.
Oh my God, that might be that might be the creepiest thing I've ever heard of.
I thought I could follow him.
Okay, so what about horse racing? What about people that watch horse racing? Does that mean they're sexually attracted to horses?
No, it's all about the money with horse racing.
Okay.
It's all about betting and money. Can anyone tell me the name of the Canadian tennis player who lost to Djokovic in the semi-finals? He's got a name that sounds Russian. I thought it was interesting. His name to me seemed Russian. Someone will tell me. I know they will. We're losing the internet, says Nisar.
They're losing viewers.
Well, I don't think we are. Right.
No, I think we are. I'm definitely sure we are.
Shapalov. Dennis Shapalov.
Yes.
Thank you, Rosa. But that doesn't sound like a Canadian name to me.
No.
It sounds Russian.
Well, do I have to explain that sometimes a person with a foreign-sounding name can still be born in that country? I mean, my real last name is French. It's a French name, but it doesn't mean I'm French. So I just... Oh, this is... Is it time to go yet? This is a very long live stream.
I think I've sort of taken over a bit, Mr. Duncan. Time for me to just take a back seat. If you take a back seat, it means that you just, you're not saying a lot at that moment. You're just going to sit back and watch.
You can't even say that without going on for ages. I don't know about the back seat. I think I might put you in the trunk.
I'll take a back seat, so I'll just step away and let you do whatever you want to do that you've prepared.
It's too late
stop
now.
Boring everybody with my monologues. A monologue is something where you just talk for a long time with nobody interrupting you.
Yeah. So if you want to know the definition of monologue, just watch this live stream and you will hear Mr. Steve just talking and talking and talking.
I'm going to look up Anna Berrettini because apparently he's very handsome.
This is turning into a very strange live stream.
I've written it down. I'll look that up later, Anna, and give you my opinion next week. But is he more attractive than Shapalov?
Is this the reason why people watch sport? It's because they are attracted to the people involved? I'm not sure. Well, if that is the case, Steve, can I just say, here are two tennis players now who are not only sexy, but they are also gorgeous. Not only that, but also tonight there is a big match taking place. You may have heard about it on the news. course, tonight it is the final Euro 2020. It is coming to an end. Finally. Thank goodness. Oh, yes.
Thank you for your comment, Daisy. By the way, Berrettini, according to the ladies, seems to get the number one position above other tennis players in terms of handsomeness.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like Berrettini, which is interesting because I think tonight, when we're watching the football, if the Italian players are more handsome than the English players, then I might say that I want Italy to win. You know, if they're sexier than the English players, then I'm sorry. Forget England. I want Italy to win. Yes.
So that's happening tonight.
That's it. Whoever is the most handsome side, who've got the most handsome players, that's who I will want to win. Because my mother, you see, she always wanted Federer to beat Tim, not Henman, who's our reigning tennis champion. What's his name?
Again, you're talking about
From
this.
Scotland. What's his name, Mr. Duncan? Help me out. Don't leave me hanging.
Andy Murray.
Andy Murray. So Andy Murray is British, but my mother doesn't want him to win. If there's a match between him and Federer, my mother will want Federer to win.
What?
So, which annoys other members of our family because people think that my mother's not being patriotic. But so tonight, if the Italian players are more handsome than the English players, then I will want them to win instead. So there we go.
You know what they should do? They should have a swimsuit round where all of the players come out in their speedos, and
Yes.
they should play football in their underwear. And I think Steve would definitely become a very big fan of football if that were to happen.
Hello, Wilson Michael, back again after a long time. Welcome back. Is it Wilson Michael or Michael Wilson? I think it's Wilson Michael. Yes. So lovely to see you again. Yes, Sergio is rooting for Italia. Yes, as I said, if there's no handsome people on the British football team, then I don't want them to win. I'm sorry, you've got to be attractive.
This is very shallow.
I think Italian football players, men, are likely to be more attractive than British.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
There we go.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so shallow. That's all it will take for me to switch sides.
Okay. There's no answer.
Anti-national thought, says Muria. Yes, exactly. Anyway, what do you want to talk about, Mr. Duncan?
What do I want to talk about?
Yes.
Well, everything I've prepared has now gone out the window.
Well,
it's
you
gone.
just told me to shut up.
I was trying to about half an hour ago, and you just carried on. This is unbelievable. I don't believe this has ever happened.
No, Nisa, I don't like cricket.
It's just... It's finding the right opportunity to actually say something. I think that's the secret, is what I was trying to get through earlier. If only. So let's play the sentence game, because everything that I prepared earlier...
You've got time. We've got plenty of time.
We don't have time. It's 25 minutes.
Did you have... Oh, you can show a few more winning, losing words, surely.
I've got 30.
Well, show a few more.
Rosa says Harry Kane is the hurricane. I like that. Yes, I like that. It's like a play on his name. So Harry Kane, the hurricane. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because it does sound like hurricane. Interesting.
Maore. Is that correct? Maure. Get that wrong every week.
Maore.
Sounded like a song.
Yes, it's like that one, The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Yes.
in the jungle, the quiet jungle. The lion sleeps tonight. Oh, what?
Well, Jimmy says Sterling's going to be stunning. You mean, oh right, you mean he's going to look handsome, or he's just going to play well?
He certainly has a lot of sterling in his bank account. You see what I did there?
Oh, yeah. Sterling being a currency, UK currency.
Yes, sterling, you see. Oh. Sean Ferry says, I don't feel right tonight. Can I just say you're not the only one? Because I think Mr. Steve, you see, Mr. Steve might also be not feeling all right today, somewhere up here. I think the doctor, when he goes to the doctor, or when he sends a photograph, he might want to take a picture of whatever is going on inside this squashy thing. Shall we play the sentence game?
Go on, Mr. Duncan.
Because I am now...
Is it to do with winning and losing?
I am now running out of time. I only have so much time.
I apologise if I have
Go on.
said too much today, Mr. Duncan. I do apologise.
I'm not saying that you were boring, but I am saying that you weren't far off.
Have I been boring today? Have I?
Have you? Has Mr. Steve been boring?
Do you want me to say less and let Mr. Duncan do what he was going to do, which was show you lots of words and expressions concerned with winning and losing? But can we incorporate those into the sentence game?
Yeah, well, we can, because they are all about it.
Good.
Yes. So there we go. That's what happens, you see, if you play Sergeant Pepper backwards. If you play Sergeant Pepper backwards, Mr. Steve, apparently there's lots of secret messages from Paul McCartney and John Lennon. If you get the record, it doesn't work with CDs or MP3s. But if you play it backwards, John Lennon is the best singer in the world. That's what happens, apparently.
I don't. Is that true? Is that true?
Apparently, if you play it backwards, there's all sorts of hidden messages. Here's a hidden message now coming through from the other side. It's time to play the sentence game. Maora, 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 maora.
Do you notice anything different about me, Mr. Duncan?
Yes, you look a little older today.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh.
I don't think they'll catch on.
You should have seen where he had it before. It was down there.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Ooh.
Right, sentence game. Winning or losing, or winning and losing.
Yeah.
Words connected with that. Now, I know that, come on everybody, shout sentence game, and we know there's a certain person that will hear it. He must be thinking, the sentence game, I bet Tomek is now looking at his watch and thinking, I bet the sentence game is starting around now.
I thought you meant God.
And I bet he's missing it. I bet he's missing it.
I don't think he's missing any of this.
What is he doing? That's what we want to know. Does anyone know what Tomek is doing and why he's not? Was he on yesterday? When you did your impromptu live stream?
I don't think so. You're doing it again, Steve. You're just going. Can we play the sentence game, please?
We can. Sergio's not drunk enough yet.
Yeah. I am feeling too sober. I might have a drink myself. Christina's going, you see. Christina is going. You see what you've done?
Jackson, yes.
It's your fault.
I've bored her so much she's going.
That's it.
I don't believe that.
No?
Well, have a lovely evening, Christina, wherever you are and whatever time it is, and see you next week.
Okay.
But we're staying. We're not going.
No.
Just said that to Christina.
Well, I'm not anyway. Here we go. Here's today's sentence game, all connected. All of these sentences are connected to winning and losing. So who will be the winner tonight? Who will be the loser tonight? Who will win the big match? I don't know.
So she came something in her something for the third something year.
Yes, she came something in her something for the third something.
And it's to do with winning and losing.
Yes. So think of something that you might win at.
Well, look at that. Have we? It's Maura got it already. Sorry. I'm saying Maura. I'm already pronouncing it incorrectly.
Yes.
And let me go back to...
No, Miura hasn't got it right.
Maure.
Maura. Maura.
Maure.
Maura. Maura. You should never forget that now, Steve. There's no excuse.
But there must be something correct in there.
Yes, there is. But there's one word that is not correct.
Oh, yes, it's 3 letters. The first word is only 3 letters. But well done on that last word.
Can I just say, Sergio, you are being very rude. And I love it.
What does Sergio say? Is it about
No.
sex?
Don't read everything that you see.
Is
out.
what about? Is what?
The answer.
Oh, right. No, it's not.
He's being rude. He's being filthy. Filthy.
Sergio said, Tomic's not here because he's sick and tired of this.
Yes. That's.
Well, that's just what we'd expect Sergio to say.
I think I might be feeling the same, to be honest. Here we go. Yes. Oh, we have Vittoria. Vittoria has a guess. Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. Guess what? Beatrice and also Jimmy from Hong Kong, and also Maura as well.
Yes.
Well done. Yes, we have some correct answers. You're not doing very well at this, by the way. Steve is looking at the live chat and I can see everything, but Steve is staring at a very big screen. Yes, there's answers coming through
yes,
now.
I know, Mr. Duncan, I know. I said because I pointed out that Maure was first to get a suggestion in.
Ooh, Steve was getting angry there.
Look at this complicated word that people are using. Right.
So yes, we have some correct answers coming through.
I think we've, as usual, a team effort. Maure. Am I pronouncing that correctly now? Maure. Is that correct? Please tell me.
How many times have
Maura, if it's Maure.
Yes. I think it's I think it's Maura.
Well, it was an R-E. So that's either Ray or R. I think it's Ray. Maura. Tell us, please tell us.
Oh, I might go to Switzerland. Do you know why? Because that's the only place where you can plug yourself into the death machine.
Maure. That's it. We've got it, finally, after all these years. But I think Maure was the first to put a suggestion in, and it was nearly correct. But somebody else has put the other word that was not correct, and now we have the answer, Mr. Duncan.
What?
Now, please.
What was that? I don't know what you said then. I don't know what you said then. I don't understand. It was just like lots of random words. Yes, we have Mr. Cockerell is back. So we've got rid of Matt Hancock. We have another cock. It's Mr. Peacock. So should I say Mr. Cockerell? My stomach is making a strange noise because I have eaten nothing today. I'm starving. I'm just starving. I would eat anything. I would even eat that bag
vegetables.
That bag of flies in the garden.
What about what about a banana? Would you eat a banana? Are you so hungry you would eat a banana? Are you so hungry you would eat some prunes? Or some blueberries?
I wouldn't touch any of that stuff. It sounds disgusting.
Mr. Duncan doesn't really eat fruit.
Here we I'm not into fruit. Well, most of the time anyway. Here we go. Here's the answer to today's first and possibly last sentence game. Oh, okay then. She came top. You see, so she is the winner because she has the highest score. She came top in her class for the third consecutive year. Consecutive. So if something happens consecutively, it means it happens the same way time after time. Maybe twice or 3 times or 4. So anything that's more than twice. Consecutive. Consecutive. One after the other. Your consecutive year is 1 year, and then the following year, and then the following year after that.
In this case, 3 years.
3 consecutive years.
Thank you. People are helping me to pronounce. Yes, so Lewis says, like Claudia. See, we would say Claudia or Claudia. Ow, I think it's ow. But so Mora, says Daisy Cow. We used to say Mora, and that was not correct. Anyway, right.
How do you make it through a day on this planet?
I don't know.
How do you make it through a day on this planet without being squashed by something?
You should eat 0.5 kilogram of fruit and vegetables per day, says Nitram.
Per day?
In the UK, we say 5 different types of fruit and vegetable. But they've increased that to 10 recently. So yes, I would say 0.5 kilogram. Yes.
Whew.
So there we go. Well done to everybody for that one.
Oh, I'm falling asleep, and I'm in my own live stream, and I'm falling asleep. I don't know what's happening to you out there.
I've got the energy for both of us today.
There's no answer to that.
Claudia, yes.
Would you like another sentence game? Because I feel as if we should.
So Claudia, so therefore Maura. Yeah, anyway, let's carry on. I just can't, my brain just can't handle it.
No.
I need to hear somebody saying it.
Yes. There's something I want to say, but I can't, unfortunately.
Maura. Is that right?
Oh,
we were something by the other something.
Yes. So this might be something that either England or Italy will be saying tonight.
Right.
So maybe Italy will be saying this, or maybe I nearly said Germany. Well, they might be saying it.
Oh, I got it right. Maura. Oh, that's it.
God.
I've got it right, finally. Think of clouds. Maura. I think that's the closest I've come yet. Right, there we go. And I've distracted Maura. So she might not be the first to get that right now. Ooh. Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, I'm not sure.
What? Who are you talking to?
Myself.
Are there any psychiatrists watching? I don't know about a doctor. I think we need some sort of shrink. What is this? What is going on here? Could anyone explain what is happening here? Should I call anyone? Should I call an ambulance or maybe a priest? Is Steve possessed?
Well, Maura, I think you've got the last one right.
Okay. What? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Sergio's suggestion.
We were boring ourselves by the other time. Yes. Well, you've got one good word there.
Yes.
Boring.
Yes, and I think The last word is probably, I think we can probably safely suggest that the last word is team.
Yes,
can we?
that's good. Yes, I think we can safely say that the final word, the final missing word is team.
But I don't think we've got the first two correctly guessed yet.
No.
No, so keep trying.
But just go to the current, that's it.
Ah.
The problem with Steve, I've noticed this, what Steve does is he moves back to earlier in the chat, and then I think he forgets that he's gone back
Well, there's so
five
many
minutes.
suggestions.
And so all of the current live chat messages are not coming up in front of you. I think that's it. Yeah. Yes. Oh,
I think that could be correct. I think
I need a holiday, by the way. I really do. I really feel as if I need to get away somewhere, or just.
You mean on your own?
Or just get away, anywhere.
Well, I think that could well be correct.
Oh. Yes. Maora. Maora.
It's Maura.
Maora. Maora.
Clouds or Claudia.
Okay.
Maura. I must sound like some simpleton.
You do sound
Am I
like.
coming across like a simpleton?
Have you had a stroke or something? you really just seem. You don't seem like yourself today.
It's probably low blood sugar or something.
Whatever it is, it's low.
Anyway,
It's definitely low.
I think Mr. Cockerell can end this particular round
Yeah.
of the sentence game.
I just hope. Well, maybe Mr. Cockerell can end this live stream. He looks bigger this week. Have you noticed?
It's the heat.
I don't know why the cockerel looks larger. It seems to have got larger. I don't know how or why, but it has. Here's the answer.
Your floor is squeaking, Mr. Duncan.
It's not the floor. I think it's your legs, your joints. We were beaten outright by the other team. So someone is going to be saying that tonight, maybe. Maybe the England team will be saying it, or maybe the Italians will be saying it. We were beaten outright by the other team. So if something happens outright, it means completely, absolutely. We were beaten outright. We were beaten completely, outright, complete.
Easily?
Yes, outright, complete. Yes, with ease. So there was no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It happened.
No, yeah.
It happened outright.
It could have been, for example, 3-0. England 3, Italy 0.
3-0.
You could say.
You're getting confused there between tennis and football.
Oh, yes, okay. 3-0 then.
Yes, no one says love.
3-0, that's my prediction tonight. 3-0.
I'm really.
To whoever is the handsomest team gets 3.
Yes. They should just all come on wearing Speedos.
Yes.
And then the audience will just hold up little cards and they can choose which one they like.
Well, football players used to, they wear very baggy shorts now, don't they, football players?
You sound disappointed.
In the 70s, they used to wear very tight shorts, which left nothing to the imagination. But now they wear very loose, baggy shorts, which, it's modesty. They want to be modest.
Well, the one thing I've always been amazed by recently, or I have become amazed by, is the way that footballers and sports stars all wear these strange tights now under their clothes, under their outfit or their team kit. So it's very strange how wearing tights has become very sort of fashionable.
I suppose it just keeps everything in place.
Yes. I just find it interesting that in the past, if you wore tights and you went onto a football pitch, you would probably be beaten up.
It's just to make sure your meat and 2 veg are all kept in place.
I don't think
Don't
it
want
has
any
anything.
injuries.
It has nothing to do with that. I think it's about staying warm.
Could be, yes. A layer of insulation.
Yeah, nothing to do with.
If you've got hairy legs, you're probably all right. But if you haven't got hairy legs, then you will probably need to wear tights to keep you warm
Yes.
in the cold winter months.
Yes. But my point is that it was never acceptable in the past because only ballet dancers would wear tights, you see, and especially if you were a man, you just wouldn't do it really unless you like to do the sugar plum fairy. In fact, that might be what they would call you.
Nitram says, how can you use the phrase spotted dick without laughing? Well, we can't say it without laughing is the answer.
Or in Steve's case, fake laughing.
And in case people don't know, spotted dick is the name of a particular pudding, a sweet pudding that we have in the UK. Well, it's not very common, but it's like a sponge pudding with currants and raisins in. So it looks like if you cut it in half, it looks like it's got sort of black spots. So it's a yellowy white sponge with raisins, isn't it?
Yes. You're telling us.
When you cut a slice, it looks like it's got spots because the raisins stand out against the sponge, the lighter coloured sponge.
Spotted dick is a type of cake that is made in the north of England, so it's a northern cake. But you can also get spotted dick if you go on holiday, and
Yes.
maybe you sleep around, and you might come back with a very bad case of spotted dick.
Yes, Max Poe, I did finish the fence, thank you. A couple of people have asked me that today.
I think they're just
finish.
I think they're just trying to change the subject.
That's why I've got an injured shoulder. Right, Mr. Duncan, we've got 4 minutes.
Oh, that's the last one. Here we go.
Uh,
Here's the final one. We have one more sentence game.
Something to all those who something in today's something.
So we might be saying this to all of you see. We might be saying this to you out there in the land of the internet. The internet, that's what this is, you see. So don't worry. So this, when you look at other things on the internet, this really is quite normal. I mean, you can see some pretty strange things on the internet. So really, we are not that weird, I don't think, Steve. We're quite average, I think, for the internet.
Right.
So come on, Steve. Come on. Live chat.
Right. Well, look at that.
It's a big. I think that might be the longest word we've ever had in this
Wow.
in the sentence game.
Nitram or Nitram. I think congratulations could be in order.
Nitram. Well done.
Well done. From nowhere, Nitram just comes up with the answer. And we have to say congratulations.
And also Beatrice, Anna, and also Victoria, who just says, "I agree with Nitram." Well, that is the correct answer. That's quite clever. I like that. So you just agree with someone else's answer. Yeah, I agree with them. Well, you are right as well. By agreeing with the other answer, you are also correct. What was that?
I think there's a sheep in the garden, Mr. Duncan.
I think there is a lamb in the garden.
I think so. We can hear it. It sounds very close.
It's gone.
Blimey, I've just noticed we've got Maura, pronounced, spelled Mauri, and now we've got somebody, and we've got Mayure.
Maori.
I'm not going to even ask how to pronounce that.
No, please don't. We don't have
I'm
enough
going to
time.
get too confused.
We've only got 30 seconds left.
We've got 2 people with similar spellings and I will get their pronunciations completely mixed up, I'm sure. Anyway, congratulations to Nitram or Nitram, who was first to say that.
Yes, good.
Come up with the answer.
Thank you. So, shall we have the answer?
I think so. As there's only 1 minute to go.
Oh, you know, I sometimes wonder why we don't have more viewers. I don't know why. We were talking about success earlier, and I've been doing this for 15 years on YouTube, and I still don't know why we don't get many viewers.
Well, you were doing very well until I started coming on the live streams.
I do find it rather depressing sometimes.
It's all gone wrong since then.
I find it depressing, to be honest. If I was honest, I find
Is
it
this how we're going to end the live stream?
It's very depressing. No, we're not ending just yet. Because we have the answer. I still have to reveal the answer, Steve. Here it comes. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Bing! Oh! Congratulations, congratulations and celebrations. You have won today's sentence game on YouTube.
There we go.
Mr.
Congratulations.
Yes, Mr. Duncan pronounced my name correctly.
Come on, say it again then.
Mayuri.
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 Maura and Mayuri. I think I've got that. Quality of viewers is more important than quantity.
Yes.
Says
Hello.
Hate Machine.
Hate Machine.
Yes, thank you.
I like your name, by the way. I Hate Machine. That's a new invention created by someone on the internet, I think. A hate machine. I think the hate machine might be working a lot today in our direction.
Congratulations, says Sergio, to all those who went through it and are still alive.
Yes.
Meaning our live stream.
Yes.
That's what you mean, isn't it, Sergio?
I think he means coronavirus.
No, I think he means your live stream.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. You're comparing this. You're comparing my live stream to a worldwide pandemic.
Well, of course, we have got quality because we've got wonderful, loyal viewers that watch us every week.
Yes.
And we can't thank you enough, really. And we love to have you on. And it's this lovely family. It's a lovely feeling. I feel loved and wanted when I'm on the live stream. I'm so needy.
Okay. Hello.
Apart from Sergio, who obviously finds this whole thing very boring. I know he doesn't really. I know he's joking.
Is that two people talking then? Hello, Abia. Hello, Abia. Can I just say that we don't read Arabic here. We can't read it. It just looks like a lot of squiggles, unfortunately. So I'm very sorry about that. Hello also, Max Poe. We love you. Thank you for loving me. That's very kind of you to say. I might try and translate the Arabic here. I'm going to try and translate and see what the Arabic is. I'm sure it's something.
While you're doing that, Wilson Michael says that we should do a live stream just for adult words and sentences.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
We would get many viewers. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I don't think. Yes, we could do that, couldn't we? Like a late night naughty words and phrases session with Mr. Duncan and Mr. Steve.
What? Yes, but the problem is nowadays on YouTube you can't do it because you'll get blocked and banned and kicked off.
No, Zershid, I don't have my own YouTube channel, but I could start one. I could steal all Mr. Duncan's. I could start my own YouTube channel, steal all Mr. Duncan's viewers, and then you could appear as a guest on my YouTube channel. How about that, Mr. Duncan?
I've just tried to translate the Arabic, and I don't know. I think I've broken my translating machine because it doesn't make any sense. Thank you for today. Thank you also to Jude Alisa. Mr. Duncan, hello. How many languages do you speak? At the moment, I don't speak any. I'm even English today. I'm having difficulty.
It's a lovely look. People are going. It's all over, Mr. Duncan.
It's all over.
It's all over. So for those of you watching the football match tonight, please enjoy it. I'll be watching it too. And of course, the most handsome team must win, whoever that is.
Whoever that is.
So I've really enjoyed it today. Thank you for having me, Mr. Duncan. And I'm going into the kitchen now, of course, to make a cup of tea and a tea cake.
Yes.
And I just want to say goodbye. Have a lovely week. Enjoy the match if you're watching it.
Yes.
And lots of love and lovely feelings I'm sending your way now.
Okay.
For you all to have a lovely week.
If only you'd started on that. If you had started today's live stream when you joined us with that, I think it would have been a much nicer event. So Steve has his beer. He's got his salty snacks. And he will be watching the football match tonight. Whoever wins, congratulations. Whoever loses, commiserations. And is that it, Steve?
Mosen can translate Arabic.
Oh.
So in that case, Mosen, can you translate what we had from, what was the person's name?
Abia.
Abia 7.
Abia 7.
At 1602 on the live chat.
He seemed very excited about something, and I feel as if we have to find out what it was.
It's probably rude.
No, I don't
Might
think.
be rude.
I don't think so.
So yes, Thomas, thank you. People seem to have enjoyed today's live stream, and I don't want to leave.
Oh,
I'm all sad.
Can I leave? Can I go into the kitchen instead?
Feel a bit tearful, Mr. Duncan, having to leave the live stream today.
I am missing an episode of Columbo at the moment.
It could be Ransom for a Dead Man.
It could be Ransom.
With Lee Grant, our
Yes.
favourite actress.
Ransom for a Dead Man.
We love that one. Right, I'm going to go now.
Yes, please.
And hopefully we will get a translation of the Arabic that we saw earlier. This time I'm really going. Bye-bye. See you next week.
That sounds like the title of a song.
What? Bye-bye. See you next week.
No. This time I must be going. The time has come for me to shed a tear and cry, because it's time to say goodbye. What was that? Oh, Mr. Steve has gone. He's left the building. And I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I don't know what this has been. By the way, the view behind me is live. So for those wondering what that is not a photograph. That is actually outside the window right now. It is a lovely day, even though the sun has decided to go in behind the clouds. I hope you enjoy the football match. If you are watching it, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you again soon. During the week, there will be another English definition video posted on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you haven't, I'm ever so sorry about it. I don't know how I can make it up to you. Maybe some sort of, I don't know, criminal damages, or maybe some sort of compensation, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going now. See you on Sunday. I am back with you next Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. And until the next time we meet here, This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed all of this. It's been unusual, maybe a little strange, maybe slightly odd at times. And of course, until the next time we meet here together, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.